Every week you make pasta, and every week, right at the end, you tip the most valuable ingredient in the whole dish straight down the drain. That cloudy, murky water you can't wait to get rid of? Restaurants guard it like treasure. Today you find out why, and after this, you'll never drain a pot without stealing a mugful first. Coming up, what's actually in that water? The restaurant move that makes sauce cling instead of slide, the pot size rule everyone gets backwards, and two pasta myths that need to retire, including the one where you throw food at the wall. First, what is pasta water? As pasta boils, it sheds starch, millions of microscopic granules, swelling and drifting off the surface into the pot. By the time the pasta's done, that water isn't water anymore. It's a dilute starch solution. Remember that word starch. It's about to fix your entire sauce game. Because here's the problem it solves. You felt it, you make a lovely sauce, pour it over drained pasta, and 30 seconds later, naked noodles, puddle of sauce at the bottom. The sauce won't grip. That's not your recipe's fault. It's physics. Every sauce is fat plus water, butter, oil, cheese on one side, tomatoes, wine, stock on the other, and fat and water famously refuse to mix. Left alone, they split, grease slick on top, watery puddle below. What holds them together is called an emulsion, and starch is the peacekeeper. Starch granules wedge between fat and water and bind the whole thing into one silky, unified sauce. Same ingredients, two outcomes. With starch, a glossy sauce that coats every strand like paint. Without, an oil, slick with tomato water underneath. The difference between your pasta and restaurant pasta isn't the sauce recipe. It's whether the sauce was emulsified, and pasta water is the free emulsifier you've been pouring away. So here's the move that changes everything. Don't drain and pour. Instead, pasta goes into the saucepan a minute early. A ladle of that starchy water goes in with it, and you toss everything together over the heat. The starch binds, the sauce tightens around the strands, and suddenly it clings like it does at the restaurant. The Italians have a word for this finishing ritual, Mantecatura, roughly to cream it together. It's the single technique that separates home pasta from trattoria pasta. And it costs nothing. You already had the water. You were just throwing it away. And yes, in a lot of Mantecatura, a knob of butter goes in at the end for extra silk. In this family, we call that active service. Uncle Bruno went into a carbonara in 2019. He's a legend now. Glossiest sauce in the region. We don't grieve, we garnish. Bonus move. Undercook the pasta by a minute or two because it finishes cooking in the sauce. And pasta finishing in sauce doesn't just cook, it drinks. Flavor gets absorbed into the strand instead of sitting on the outside. Pasta boiled to completion is a passenger. Pasta finished in the sauce is an ingredient. Which brings us to crime number one. Rinsing. By shear, you're desaucing it in advance. One exception, cold pasta salad. There you actually want the strands separate and unsticky, so a rinse is legal. Everywhere else never. Now the rule everyone has backwards. Always use a huge pot of water. Kitchen scientists actually tested it, and the small pot wins. Same pasta, less water, the starch concentrates, and your liquid gold gets twice as potent. The big pot just dilutes your emulsifier. Less water, starchier water, better sauce. But won't it stick? Here's what actually prevents sticking. Stirring in the first minute or two while the surface starch is at its stickiest. Stir early, the strands stay free, end of problem. Not oil. The old add oil to stop sticking tip. Oil is lighter than water, it floats. While your pasta sticks together at the bottom of the pot, the oil is up top, sunbathing. It touches the pasta exactly once. When you drain where it coats the strands and makes your sauce slide off, it's not just useless, it's sabotage with extra steps. And the wall throw. Spaghetti sticking to the wall means one thing. Its surface is starchy, which is true from about half-cooked onwards. It's not a done this test, it's redecorating. The only test that works, bite it. Firm center, no chalky white core done. Now the boss level, cheese sauces. Cacio e pepe is 3 ingredients, cheese, pepper, pasta, and it goes wrong in the exact same way for everyone. The cheese seizes into chewing gum clumps. The difference between silk and clumps? You already know the answer. It's the water. Cheese proteins panic on heat, they clench together and squeeze the fat out. Starch is the bodyguard. It coats the proteins so they can't grab each other, and they melt into cream instead of clumps. Starchy pasta water plus cheese. Off the direct heat, that's the entire secret of a dish people train years to master. So here's your new ritual, and it's one motion. Before you drain, steal a mugful. Every time. Even if you're not sure you'll need it. A mug of liquid gold on the counter beats a perfect emulsifier down the drain. Using it is just as simple, a splash at a time. The sauce loosens, goes glossy, then tightens back as it bubbles. Too loose? Keep tossing. It reduces. Too tight? Another splash. You're not following a recipe anymore. You're driving the sauce. And this works on everything. Tomato sauces tighten and cling. Cream sauces go silkier and stretch further. Oil-based sauces, garlic and olive oil, transform completely. The water is literally the thing that turns loose oil into sauce. Every pasta you make from now on ends with the same move. Restaurant pasta was never about secret ingredients. It's a mug of cloudy water, a pan, and 1 minute of tossing. The most valuable thing in the dish is the thing you've been pouring away since you learned to cook. The recap: pasta water is starch, a free emulsifier. Finish pasta in the sauce with a ladle of it. Undercook slightly, never rinse hot pasta. Small pot beats big pot. Stir early, skip the oil, and cheese sauces live or die by that starch. Steal a mugful, every time. Next problem. You've mastered pasta, so why does rice still come out as one sticky, gluey brick with a spoon standing up in it? It's not your rice cooker, it's not the rice, and the fix starts before the pot even gets warm. Next video, the real reason your rice comes out sticky. Bring a fork or a chisel.